I hate that you just said that.
That's a classic. That's such an easy one.
Mate, I'm putting that joke in F tier. Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
It's the old reliable.
Mate, it's
It's
the
all
Philip
reliable.
Lahm
Do you know-
to pastas.
Well, it's not. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. It's really good.
I don't think
But-
you are saying it's really good.
Oh, he's getting prepped.
What the fuck was that, James?
I got some corn out between my teeth. Bing bong.
Bing bong! Sorry. Charlie's only just discovered that.
And welcome.
I'm just
And welcome
We're
to the
starting the
World
very
Sandwich
first
Podcast.
episode with the worst second-hand cringe I've ever had in my life.
You're welcome.
Bing bong.
Sorry. I cut it
Right.
off. Carry on, go.
No, it's fine. I'll start again. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I just want to cut him off as soon as he
Yeah,
starts talking.
as soon as I start talking, you're both just gonna go bing bong.
Fuck you lot.
Fuck your wife. All right. Welcome to the World Sandwich Podcast. Charlie, how are you doing? How's your morning been?
It's been very good so far. It's been horrible. How's your evenings going, guys?
What an awkward question, Charlie. What do you mean evening?
What? Why is it our evening? And
I don't like the way you
Well,
said
you
that.
screwed
That
that,
sounded
bro.
so weird.
I had 2 times
Yeah,
to get
so-
right, and I fucked them.
Yeah.
Right. So the reason it's the World Sandwich, and the reason it's Charlie's morning and our evening is Charlie's in the wonderful land of Australia, and we are in
Yes.
the pleasant cesspit that is England. Oh, actually,
have
I'm
such
not.
things-
Actually, I'm not even in England.
Yeah, you're
He's
in
in
Scotland.
Scotland. So,
Well,
Can you,
over
have
the
can you have such thing as a pleasant cesspit? Is that a thing you can have?
I'm
got a
gonna
joke,
say
but I won't
yes.
say it. I'll hold back for now.
Oh, back
Yeah,
for
save
now.
that for
You
the
can probably
bonus
imagine what I was
episodes.
going to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we did. Yeah. So yeah, we tried to record yesterday, but Andy missed, which meant cool. Fucking
Yeah,
cool.
thank you for that, Andrea.
I was exploring the capital, the beautiful capital of the world, and I ended up staying in Slapham Junction for about an hour and a half too long.
Why?
So
You missed something.
yeah, I missed my first train. I then, in an attempt to make up for time, I got on a different train that I thought would save me about half an hour. Turns out that train took longer, and I ended up. My end destination was Bournemouth, and I had to change at Winchester. Shout out,
Big
James.
ups. Big ups.
Had to change at Winchester, and I was in Winchester for about 2 hours. And
Did you do
it
anything?
worked out. I stood there. I stood there
was
as I
waiting.
watched my phone battery go slowly down.
Dwindling. Is that why you messaged us saying like, "Oh yeah, I'll see you guys at 11"? Like
Yeah.
we're recording at 9.
So I was like,
Yeah.
I was so confident that I was going to get home by like 10:30. It gets to about midnight, and I'm just walking from the train station home, and I'm like, thinking I gained loads of time, but alas, I
Yeah.
did not.
Clearly not. Clearly
Yeah.
not.
Because I just woke up. I woke up 10 to 5 in the morning. I thought, yeah, ready to go. Looked at my phone. Ah, fuck.
Really excited
This is-
to make a
this
podcast with
is-
your mates.
This has just been a total waste of my morning already. I'm already gutted.
I then disappointed him even more because when you said,
Oh, yeah.
let's record tomorrow," I was like, "Oh sweet, yeah, cool. I'll go get an early night." I jumped into bed,
Nice.
forgetting that Attack on Titan came out.
Nice.
So then we were going to watch Attack on Titan. So then Charlie messaged me going, "Oh, by the way," blah, blah, blah," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm in bed." Like
It's just
fully
like just disappointment.
cozied up.
It was not his day.
It's just like it's not even 10 to 6, and it's just disappointment after disappointment. Just already. It's
Down
just,
bad.
I don't know where I go from here, to be honest. Today
Did your day improve though? Did it get better?
it did. I bought a new desk because
Ooh.
currently where my computer is and stuff. So we bought a TV, which has been cool because my mum didn't have a TV over here, so we've fixed that, and we have a TV.
Very nice.
Which I've been using to watch The Ashes, which has been fun or horrible, depending on your perspective. But
Brilliant,
it's currently
brilliant as a new
where my
Australian.
monitors. Brilliant as a new. Yeah, I'm officially
I
Australian
don't know
now.
cricket.
Definitely.
I mean,
England got
technically you
spanked.
could class yourself as always, not always having been Australian, but when you moved previous
Well,
from then.
been there, done
Yes.
that, got the passport. you know. But yeah, anyway,
Bosh.
currently all of my monitors and my whole setup is on the same table that the TV's on. The TV is behind like my monitors and stuff. So we bought an actual desk, which will have a much because my cable management right now is fucked. Like my monitors are slightly over to the side because it's just all tangled and stuff. Because I've had to take them down and put them back up, and take them down and put them back up for when we're using the TV, and then when I want to use the computer. So it's a total mess and probably a fire hazard. So so I bought a
50
cable.
extension cables connected to each other.
Yeah, literally, and it's all like adapters and things as well because it's like all the British plugs. But,
Charles, do you feel this is not a bit of a fool's errand because we're all going to be living in the metaverse in 5 years?
Very true. We're not going to need to eat either, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. It'll be like Ready Player One, except we won't even have the excuse that our society's like crumbled around us.
Yeah,
we'll just be doing it anyway.
Well, I mean, society will be awful.
It's already crumbled.
It's already a bit crap.
Been there.
Done that.
There was one thing which was quite entertaining, which was total accident. So my headphones broke when I first got it, right? Like the earbuds sort of things, because I didn't have all this stuff because it came over in the crate.
Loot crates.
Yeah, loot crates.
Today's sponsor.
No, fuck no.
Raid Shadow Legends.
But yeah, the earbuds broke, so I was like, I need to get some new ones. So I thought, what I'll do is, because the iPhone's been a dick and took away the audio jack, I'll just get like Bluetooth headphones.
Nice.
So I got some, and I was on a call to Andy, right? And it connected somewhere I didn't expect it to connect, right? So basically, I've been trying for like 2 weeks to get my phone to connect to my mum's car. So I could play music, right? You can already see where this is going, right? So I was just chilling on Discord with Andy at like, I don't know, what was it, like 8:30 my time or something like that.
It was late my time.
Yeah,
I was in that stage where you're like getting a little tired. All I remember is I've been playing games for hours, and I was like, kind of like, you know when you're just chatting on. Like kind of like we are, but like it's like 4 a.m. and like you don't even know what you're saying. It was kind of like
nonsensical shit, and there's long pauses and
yeah.
I think it was like almost afternoon for me because I think it was my mum going to work after working from home for the morning. She's already giggling. You can already see where this is going, right? So I was just sitting there, just like what typically happens when me and Andy are doing that is it's typical like 2-3 in the morning conversation, right? So I'm normally playing a game and Andy's normally Googling shit, right? Because we'll just talk about some random stuff. The conversation goes all over the place because it will just be like tangent after tangent after tangent. And I didn't realise that your phone, for some reason, just decides with some devices to just auto connect, right? And I don't know why it did this. I didn't set it to do this. I don't know how to stop it doing that. But all I know is 1 minute Andy was chatting to me, and the next he was gone, right? He just wasn't there, right? And I think we were chatting about like kiwis or something at the time.
It was some sort of. Yeah, I think it was kiwis. It was some sort of like Australasian bird.
Yeah,
I can't remember what exactly though.
I've got the mental image of just your mum driving along, and then suddenly it's just Andy going bing bong.
But it was literally just like
it was even creepier than that.
Because I figured out what had happened, right? Because before Andy disappeared, my mum was starting to go up the drive, and I looked out, and the car was just stopped in the drive, like it wasn't moving anymore. And I was like, I bet it's connected. And like, I was asking my mum what happened, right? So completely out of context, right? Just suddenly, out of my mum's radio, she just heard Andy go, "Kiwis can live for 50 years," and it was just like, it was like, what? And that was
from my point of view, it was also slightly jarring because I went so as James alluded to, like when you're in these kind of late night talks, you have like moments where one of you is just talking for like basically monologuing and the other person isn't really talking that much. So Charlie, I didn't hear a word from him for like 30 seconds. So I was just talking about emus or whatever it was, kiwis or whatever. And then I start whipping out these facts, like, you know, I can't remember any now, but one of them was like they got a lifespan of 40 years. And then all I hear is your mum just go, what? I think it's in the car, and then it cut off. And that was it. And then it was Charlie again.
So I figured out what had happened, so I literally just went into my settings and I was just like, shit, I'm connected to the car. Fuck. Just like,
and then I had a moment of panic because I'm like, has this happened before? I'm like,
you've just been chatting to his mum the whole way to work.
Yeah. Just about like FIFA or something. She goes, that's a good point, Andy.
Sorry, what's wrong?
The fuck?
Yeah, so that was an interesting one which we hadn't told you yet.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's really funny.
That was an enjoyable story.
That was the first. Yeah, I wasn't experienced with Bluetooth. I didn't know much about Bluetooth because I think the last time I'd used it, because I had this like, you know, when you use something years ago, and then you just don't use it because you just have in your head that it's shit. I had that with Bluetooth because I think I would have first used it when I had a fucking Nokia, right? And it was like
a Sony Ericsson.
Yeah. You could send across like songs and pictures, right? And it was really slow, and it was really like annoying to use, and I fucking hated it. So I had like nothing that worked with Bluetooth for years because I just thought, it's just this shit thing. And obviously, it's progressed a lot more since that. So
it's a bit better.
It's a little bit better. Yeah.
Do you guys remember back in school, like sending each other stuff on like the Bluetooth? Do you remember the Angry Kid?
Angry.
Are you talking about the angry German kid? Or is this something else?
No, Angry Kid, the, like little ginger kid. The video.
It's the series, right? It was on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
that's where it was from.
I think I do.
Yeah,
vaguely.
Yeah,
I had like really like spiky hair coming out.
Yes, yeah,
sort of thing. Yeah,
and it was the one where it was like in the car, and he was speaking to his dad, and he was like, he'd like overheard his parents having sex. He was in the back seat of the car, just kind of reciting that and things. Quality. I'd advise watching it afterwards. It's really funny.
Anyway, let's send it to each other on our Nokias. Do you reckon we'd reach each other?
Speaking of stuff that was made absolutely ages ago, and we still do today, what are we thinking of doing for our initial podcast, for our initial start, our introduction to us? And the introduction
our magnum opus of what this will be.
Yes. Possibly the best
question,
thing
James.
we will ever create.
Thank you for asking. One sec, my Norton security thing just popped up. So, in case
it just disappears.
Yeah, I just gone. In case the one listener we'll probably have for this isn't aware of what tier lists are. Tier lists. What are tier lists, Charles?
I love how you just thought, I don't even know what this is.
I don't know a good way of describing
it. It's basically where you're... Yeah, you go, James, you go.
Okay, they're a completely overdone trait over YouTube where you rank things from S to F or whatever, or get in the bin or something like that. And it's just a variety of things that, you know, correspond to each other, whether it be YouTubers, YouTube content, podcasts, or stuff like that. So,
yeah,
that's basically it. And you rank them depending on what you agree on that thing being in.
Yeah. That is a perfect explanation, I would say. And on that note, we are going to be ranking pasta, different types of pasta. Just a thought. I don't know about you, James, or you, Charlie, in general. I am very simple-minded when it comes to my food choices. I just eat pasta. I'm
an extravagant man. I am the opposite.
Yeah, I'm in James's camp. I like specific types, you know.
Well, we're rating pasta, okay? This is what's happening.
This is real. This is happening.
This is not a drill, okay? Right. This is not a drilled. So, the more bold one to start off with, tortellini. What are we saying?
I fuck with it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that.
I literally think I'm straight up going to say that shit goes straight in the S tier, just because.
Really?
Like, there's oh yeah, because like you can go to like supermarkets and stuff, and you get like And you can stuff them with anything pretty much, and it's just
Yeah.
I love it. It's amazing.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'd quite go top tier purely in
Yeah.
the sense of I think there's better, and I think there's
You
a
think there's
few.
better?
I think there's a few better.
What's better?
Well, I think we'll come to that.
Well, no, you might
If
as well
you
say
say-
now,
if you
because
say
I'm
ravioli-
a staunch tortellini man.
Okay, for now, let's go with tortellini man's option. All right, Andy, what do you
Yeah.
reckon? You're probably going to say it's shit and you don't like it, aren't you?
No. I think tortellini is a difficult one because it's so diverse. It just
Okay.
it depends
All
on what the
pasta's diverse.
fillings
You can
are.
put it with fucking anything, can't you?
No, it's not all diverse.
I can't have carbonara with this.
No, sorry, no.
It's
In
fucking
this
tagliatelle.
tagliatelle can have things in it,
Yeah.
whereas a penne is just a tube. Whereas
Yeah, so you can put
tortellini or
things in
whatever-
it.
No.
No.
Technically.
I know what he means. I know what
Technically.
he means.
In its rawest form, tortellini on that list is
It's
rivaled by
In
only a
base
few.
form.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I understand about the versatility, and it can be filled with things. It's got a multitude of uses.
Yeah.
But I think if we're going on what is the top of the tier in pasta, I think
Yeah.
I'm
You think it's not- you think
I'm
it's not
happy to go with
tortellini?
you for now and put it in S. And when things that are better than it arise, I am happy to put things for it in S.
So
Would
so
be
you
One
want
thing
to
I
make
will
a case to shift it down to A, basically.
No, yeah, potentially once we see how this kind of if we have one
Yeah.
or we have tortellini and another one in S tier and nothing in A, then I think we move tortellini down to A.
I'm
as a
about to
consensus.
surprise you because whilst I am a staunch defender of tortellini, I think it can only be an A or a B.
Oh, so are we
Because-
agreed on 8 then?
I would go as far as to say that it's somewhere between A and B. Charles, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's a joint tier list, isn't it? I'd say
Well,
I'd
I'm
say
hurt
S,
to start off with.
personally, and I'm extremely fucking offended. But
If we've got
you
an
two are
S-
saying A, then
Yeah, if
I
we've
guess
got
we
an
can
S
put it
and
in
A and a B A, then we might as well go A for now.
I just think
A.
I don't know, man. I just think stuff slaps. Like the pasta sauce with tortellini fucking slaps.
It is
I don't know
very
why.
good, yeah.
But it's awesome.
Yeah.
I
And
agree.
it's just today, you get a different feel with tortellini because you can have some which just got like different bits of meat and stuff in it, and then you get some which is like spinach and ricotta. And that's really good, and it's like totally different. So
Spinach and ricotta.
I think it's like, see, you hear what I'm saying? This shit is S tier. This is a fucking bomb.
But whilst I am a defender of tortellini, and tortellini is probably one of my go-to, the downside is that let's say you get a spinach and ricotta, which is good by itself. It's not diverse in the sense that there's only so many things you can add to tortellini in general
to improve it.
To improve it or to change it.
Yeah.
Why does that not make it S tier though?
I'll put this out here as well. There are 2 types of pasta that every single time I go to the shop I buy.
Yes.
And tortellini isn't one of them. Hence why I'm saying there are better things. Because I don't go to the shop and think, I really need some tortellini. If I went to somewhere and it had it, I'd be like, brilliant, that's incredible. But I'm not going to buy it myself.
I'd agree.
Maybe I saw it and I was like, oh wow, but I'm not going to aim for it in a supermarket.
I agree.
So,
and also, I think, should we wait? Closing remarks on tortellini. A, sorry. S.
Oh, S. He said S.
A,
He said
yeah.
S. He said S.
No, it's A.
Okay,
I'm happy with
respectfully, you're both wrong, but okay, we'll go with it.
Well, what do you think it is?
He thinks it's S, doesn't he?
You think it's S?
Fuck yeah, dude.
I suppose
not,
one of the positives of tortellini is it's a lot quicker to make.
That's true.
Tortellini
Yeah,
only
it's
takes
like-
like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's not long at all.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
We might-
I'm stick with A.
We-
I think
I,
A.
I feel like it would make a pasta purist very upset, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, good thing none of us are.
But you know
Yeah.
what?
Um,
Fuck them. Click off the video if you are.
On
we
to
might
the
have
next.
to. We might have to be a bit quicker. We might have to be a bit quicker with
Oh,
our
we will.
decisions
Sorry.
on some of the rest of them. We can't debate
right.
this much.
Okay, that's
Yeah, we
fine.
can.
I think
Of course we
tortellini
can.
is probably amongst the most controversial, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really. It's either because
Charlie, we moved on from tortellini.
No,
Drop it.
I was
Drop
just saying
it.
distinction is either S to B. So I think we agree it's pretty fucking elite.
But
Yeah, true.
also, I think there's not going to be a pasta on here that
James,
we
we moved
don't
on.
like. No, but think about it. There's not going to be a pasta on here that we don't like, but we've got to put something in F.
I disagree. I think there'll be.
I disagree as well.
I can see a few.
What?
Right, let's go.
let's-
Next
next
one.
one,
Next
next
one.
one.
Let's.
Next
I'll
one,
hear
next
about that in the future. Right.
A classic, fusilli.
S.
Simple, straightforward.
S.
Usually cheap. S. You go in S.
S. That is
I
the
wanna
one
say-
of the two that every time I go to the shop I buy. That is an S tier pasta.
I mean, I kind of. I don't know though. I kind of want to go B. Just because.
Oh.
B. S to B is quite the jump.
For me, it's like it's nothing special, but you can't really go wrong with it. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah,
It's the old reliable.
mate. It's
It's
the
all
Philip
reliable.
Lahm
Do you-
of pastas.
Do you know what? I'm gonna hurt your feelings here. I'm gonna hurt your feelings here, James. I think it's C at best.
Well, now you're being silly.
No, genuinely, fusilli is basic. It's
right.
C at best because the fusilli, when you're looking for the cheap pastas, and fusilli is undoubtedly
We've
one
also,
of them. That-
I understand,
yeah.
but think about sauce distribution. That
Yes.
cylindrical, that twisting coil shape allows the sauce to slither through all those
But then
gaps and get right in with the pasta, but not go in it like fucking penne, so that when you bite
But then
it,
you
it'll
also
squeeze
get that
out.
with. But no, that's part of the appeal. Well, this isn't penne yet. We're not on penne. But
I feel like we're
fusilli-
going to have
Don't bring
conflicting
penne into
opinions
this.
on penne.
to bring Penne into this.
You know what?
No.
I'll give it a B overall. That'd be my vote.
Okay, I'm saying
I
this.
wouldn't give it a C, but at the same time, I kind of get your point. Like pasta sauces and stuff, fusilli just like mixes in with sauces really nicely.
And it's so versatile.
It is, but I don't know. I still feel like it's a B, man. It's because you cannot go wrong with it. But I feel like it has to be like improved with the sauce and stuff like that, right? It mixes really well with sauce, but then it's like it's the combination of the fusilli
One
plus
thing-
the sauce is so good.
One
That's
thing I will
makes
say,
it
my closing remarks on fusilli, because we'll wrap this one up, is whenever you're ordering a pasta dish,
I don't think James thinks this is finished. Yeah, go on.
you never think, oh, I'm getting it for the fusilli. That's always just what it happens to be made out of. Whereas something
Where are
later
you
on,
going
like
that serves you fusilli in a restaurant?
I don't know, like Prezzo's, somewhere like that.
Exquisite,
I-
authentic Italian food.
My vote is B, and I'd go up to an A. I
Okay,
think
okay.
that's
Should
what-
we go A, but worse than tortellini?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
then that sits nicely in between.
sure.
Yeah. Hold on.
Lasagna. Oh, lasagna for me it depends on where you get it, and
Yeah.
like I've had some lasagnas which are solidly in like D,
Yeah,
but I've had some which are in S. Like
Yeah. I
gen-
think-
like some have been absolutely banging, and some have just been so like some I haven't even liked just because I don't know.
Mm. I think
Well, I suppose
Garfield is going to fucking hate us, but
Mondays.
I am solidly saying lasagna, for me at least, because of its lack of versatility, I don't think it can go above B.
I see where you're coming
Lasagna,
from.
your lasagna are just for lasagna, and yeah, lasagna's pretty good, but is it as good as all the variety that you can put with tortellini and fusilli and other things
You
like
can't
that?
really stick a different pasta sauce with it, can you? You're sort of
Try, but
you're
it's just
stuck.
it's
You
just
make a strong
different
point.
lasagna.
I think lasagna is E.
Really?
Wow.
Because it's E. You don't buy a lasagna from a restaurant or somewhere for the pasta part of it, do you? You buy it for what it's made.
True.
Yeah,
With it.
it's the combination.
The pasta itself is almost
that-
incidental.
If that was a dish of lasagna with meat, tomato sauce, cheese, everything,
yeah.
be above. But it's just the pasta.
But it's
isn't it?
not. It's just
I
the
think
pasta.
the thing as well, which would be if you replace the pasta sheets of lasagna with like fusilli, it would probably still bang. That's
yeah,
the
It
thing.
would, yeah.
We make
Because
lasagnas with potato.
Yeah,
There you go.
I mean, it's not
So
lasagna
it's-
anymore; it's a potato bake. But
It's a
I mean that's
yeah.
weird, but yeah.
just little slithers.
yeah.
Is
I don't know. I can
So I
definitely
think for
see
me
that.
it's E.
I'm happy to go.
It's E or D.
D or C
E?
for me. Happy.
I'll
Wait.
go D. I'll go D. I think it's because I think it does fall in that because you can have some which
D.
are absolutely banging, but if we're going off lack of versatility, then yeah, D I guess. Which doesn't mean it's bad because it's
Oh,
good.
no,
but
no, all pasta.
No, I don't think it's bad. But it's just not. I need to write
just in
it home
case I
about.
hurt
Now-
lasagna's feelings.
I don't know what this is.
Neither do I.
Campanelli.
James is dumb. So. What's James doing?
I don't have a close look. I can't see what the fuck that is.
I can't really comment on it, to be
Campanelli.
honest.
Campanelli. No, I
God,
don't know.
we're-
It looks
God, we're so
I mean,
British.
by
Yeah.
that I'm fine to shove it in F. I don't know.
Yeah, but we don't
I-
know,
I-
so it's got to go mid tier because we're not sure.
F for fuck is
Shoot.
that?
Should we
Yeah, I'm fine with
should we just
that.
give it?
F for fuck is that? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Looks like a
There you go.
seashell. Looks like a
does.
hermit
It does-
crab.
looks like a rose.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
another one. I don't fully know what this is. Gemelli.
Like,
I think I've seen
no.
that one before. I recognise that one more than the other one.
that
it just
looks
looks
like
like
macaroni,
fusilli
just
with,
longer.
Yeah,
Just looks fancier for silly.
yeah.
In that
Um,
case, fancy fusilli. It's an F.
That's F tier. That
Yeah,
That's
we don't know
F
what
tier.
that one is either. Sorry, macaroni.
Ooh,
macaroni. Here we go. Stuff we know.
What
actually
are we
know.
saying? What are we saying? What are we saying?
British people eat.
B.
B.
I agree.
I think it's good, but it's not changing your life. It's
Yeah.
good.
Almost like macaroni cheese carries it. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
which
yeah.
is not to say
Yeah.
it's not great with other stuff. It is, but
Mm.
macaroni cheese
But you
is
wouldn't-
fucking banging.
If you were like, I'm making pasta tonight, what pasta should I use? You're not thinking macaroni.
No.
Or you might do, but very rarely.
I have a little bit of like an emotional attachment to macaroni, I think, because we always used it before swimming on a Saturday. And so emotionally in my brain, it's like I really love swimming and I also really love macaroni. But I haven't
That is
eaten
like such a weird
like,
connection.
it 7 years.
Someone's
deep
just like,
hole.
"Hey James, do you want macaroni tonight?" No, we're not even going swimming, mate.
Just starts
Oh.
drowning.
Doesn't feel right.
It's horribly bloated.
But I think, yeah, I'm happy with B.
A bit. Charles, what do you think?
Yeah, I think B. Solid. You can't go wrong
With
with
some cheese and
Nice.
some chlorine, that is in S. But B for now.
B for now. Right.
Oh, the
Oh.
conch.
Conchigli.
Oh.
James about to act up.
Yeah. Do you have some strong opinions about this, James?
No, I just saw it and I haven't seen that pasta in about 4 years. So I'm like, oh, come on.
It's good, dude. It's
It's a good pasta.
For me, it's an A.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
reckon?
probably
An A.
with you on that.
It's an A. It's
The only thing I will.
yeah.
Oh no, go on, go on.
I was gonna say the only downside is it's typically more expensive, and it doesn't really limit what you can do with it, but yeah, like it's not as diverse as some of the smaller pastas can be.
My point was going to be everything else that we've mentioned so far.
Yes,
It's the ease of picking it up with a fork is
Yes.
fine. That pasta, however, probably the most awkward to eat with a fork.
that
You're
could be a
spoon.
knife and fork job.
You're using the spoon with that one, man.
Yeah,
Or spoon.
that's not a stabby. That's a scoopy.
That's a quote. That's a clip.
That's going on the bottom of the podcast.
So,
Stabbing.
are we
It's-
we fine
I
with
feel
A then for that?
Yeah,
I
think
feel like
so.
it might be a B in front of macaroni because I don't think it's on the same level as
I think it's
fusilli.
B.
I don't think it's as good as fusilli.
I actually agree with that. Yeah, it's got to be B
Does-
level. It's because it's not that good as those two.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with B or C.
We go
Charles, what do you
B,
think?
B
B,
behind
B be
macaroni.
fine. B makes sense.
So
I
look,
think.
like here or like here.
Is it better than macaroni?
For me, they're on the same level.
Okay.
Like I don't.
I have no
I
opinion.
feel
don't
like
mind.
macaroni just edges it. I think, but it's not. It's not.
Okay.
It's not much of a difference, you know.
Perfecto.
Right.
This looks
Perfect.
like macaroni, but like longer.
I, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. S tier.
Really?
Wow.
This is my first staunch S tier. Yes, because
Why?
it's got ridges to help grip things. It's also a fun tube, which is always a
You're
mark.
not using it for climbing, mate. You're like...
Sticking it
No,
into
because
crevices.
No, because then it grips things like, you know, basil and stuff in the pasta. It's also a funky shape. So, like, you look at it and you think, oh, that's interesting. It's not boring.
He's making
Say what you
strong
want about it.
points.
It's not boring.
He's
The
making a
unfortunate thing
strong
is-
case.
Is it's
And-
decent, but it's another one that I don't ever think about. I've had it before, and I don't ever wake up in the middle of the night going, "God, wish I'd bought that at the shop." You know?
Yeah, but I don't think
I
many
agree.
people wake up in the middle of the night thinking about pasta.
Oh,
I
I do.
You
so-
do. I stand corrected.
I would also make the argument that it's the perfect combination between penne and fusilli. It's got the spins of fusilli, but the
tube of
tubage
penne. Yeah,
of penne. That is why,
I will happily.
for me, it's S.
I'll sit on an A or B.
A or B. Charlie.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think B. I reckon. I think B.
All right.
Yeah.
If that's
'Cause I
two
think
Bs, we'll put it on B.
It's solid. It's
Well,
solid.
no, Andy, because you
Whilst
said
I-
S, so it goes in.
I
an
disagree
A.
with the ruling, but I'm fine with doing a majority vote.
No, because it was
Yeah.
because if we get two Bs and an S, we might as well put it in A, but put it at the bottom of A.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Underneath Fusilli and tortellini.
So like there. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We can always
What
come
the
back to
fuck
this
is-
and see which ones we want to shuffle around.
fuck is
Oh,
that
we
one?
will come back to this. Don't worry. All right, this one, don't know what the fuck it is. Should we shove it in F?
What?
What is it? Read it out first. I can't read it.
Orecchiette.
Oh yeah, nah,
Orecchiette.
don't know.
Dunzo.
Not a
No,
scoop.
Another F for fuck is that?
Angel hair.
Sorry,
sounds
bless
like a
you.
drug.
Bless you, mate.
I guess it's just like really thin. I guess it's like, you know, when you go to like Waitrose and they've got the
Oh, someone's going to
fresh
Waitrose.
pasta.
Ooh.
Hey, not anymore. But, and you get like the fresh pasta. That
Yeah,
looks like
it
one of
is.
the, it's just like
Yeah.
thin spaghetti. That's what it looks like.
It's
Oh.
noodles, in it. Let's be honest.
I didn't have any.
Oh, right.
I have had it before, but I don't have any strong opinions. So
If it's
I'd have to give
anything
it,
like
an E.
spaghetti, I reckon it's probably quite deep.
I feel like
Oh.
it's more like noodles, and on that basis, there's better noodles out there.
Well,
Just
get
the noodle
noodles.
tier list is a completely different podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that one's an imposter. And
Yeah.
I'd give it an E.
But it's
I'd
not
give it
bad.
an E.
So I put it in E. Yeah, I put it in E.
Yeah, I'm
It's an
happy with that.
imposter. It's not bad, but it feels more like noodles, and there's better noodles out there.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
There you go. E.
Yeah.
Again, don't know what this is. Bucatini. Bucatini?
He used to play for
like
Inter Milan,
Bucatini.
didn't he?
It looks like
Hey,
spaghetti,
won a World
but
Cup.
like thicker.
It does. It looks very like somewhere you'd go and
Yeah.
pay like £30 a plate for.
That looks like the thicker ramens, the thicker noodles you get in ramens.
Oh, what?
Like
Udon.
udon.
Yeah,
Udon. Yeah.
yeah.
It looks
I've never
like-
had that
Which
before.
I think is lush, so I will happily
Oh,
back
udon's
that
great.
and go like.
Yeah,
See
we
you,
ain't
maybe.
talking about noodles right now, no. We're talking about bucatini.
I reckon we give it a D. A D.
Again,
I've
if
never
it's,
had
any,
it. I've had it.
if it's anything like spaghetti, it's a slapper. So maybe E, because it's just a fatter spaghetti like the thinner spaghetti.
I'm fine with giving it an E.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I
really know. I don't even know what it is, really.
Also, we didn't touch on it for angel hair, but that was the first thing that didn't sound remotely Italian.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Didn't really.
maybe
It's
it's
just
maybe
anyway.
it's like Italian American or something.
That might be.
No, maybe it's a fake pasta.
Angel hair
Maybe that's
sounds
it.
very.
That's what I'm
American.
telling you, man. It's an imposter. It's noodles. Tell me.
It's an
Yeah.
impasta. Risoni.
I hate that you just said that.
That's a classic. That's such an easy one.
Mate, I'm putting that joke in F tier. Get the fuck out of here.
Just beep.
This next one I've had, and for me, this might be controversial. I just think it tastes like shit rice.
Shit
To be
rice.
honest, shit
Andy
rice.
hasn't read out the name, so I don't even know what the fuck it is.
Risoni.
What is
Risoni.
that?
I've never had that. I can't comment on that.
I had
Risoni.
it once, and I can only remember it because I just did not rate it at all. But I didn't even know what it was at first. And I was like, "This is
So is
pasta,
that
isn't it?" It was weird.
is that an E or an F then?
I would say that's like an F. I did not like that. It was
I
bizarre.
can't comment, so I agree.
No, I agree too.
That was weird.
Also,
shit.
how are we doing for time? How much
Oh,
Do
we're
we have
golden,
to-
mate.
Don't
we're
worry about
golden.
oh, God,
Don't worry
okay.
about that.
Right.
We got plenty of time.
Now-
Plenty of time.
We're on to one of the juggernauts of the pasta world,
S tier.
Penne.
S tier.
S tier.
All day, every day. Fucking James, yes it is.
If Fusilli isn't in S tier, then Penne can't go in S tier. I'm sorry.
It's got to go in there, man.
It's very
I think-
fun putting your fork through 3 of them and 4 of them and then eating them off the fork and shit, but
Hell
it's not
yeah.
as good as Fusilli.
Mate,
I go S tier.
Come on. S
you
tier.
wrong
All
one.
day, every day.
You're both 4 years old.
No, no, dude. No. Dude.
I
It's
think
the
it's
best-
definitely S or A.
Best pasta for a
It's-
pasta bake. hands down.
I can accept because you've both said S that it will go at the top of A, but I don't think it's an S tier.
Why not? Why not? Is this just because you're still salty about Fusilli? Is that it?
I will always be salty about Fusilli. That's not the point right now.
So
Mate,
I
Penne
mean,
goes
I
all
think
the
also
way in
something
the
has
S.
to be said of how also it's typically the cheapest. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but the cheapest doesn't mean it's the best.
no, but it's just another
Oh,
thing.
no,
to add
you
to
can
it.
take it into
Another
account.
notch in
We
its
took-
belt.
Yeah, no,
we
you
took
can.
with
You can definitely take it into account, but just because it's cheap doesn't make it, amazing.
Very true.
No, but
I
its
think-
trope is amazing. Though.
But if
So
it's
we're putting an
amazing
A-
and cheap, then
That's a double win. So you're putting it in A.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
top of
dude,
A.
That's S. That's S.
top of
Fuck
A.
you. It's got to go.
I mean, I'd vote S as well. So does that mean it's an S or an A?
Low
It's
S.
too-
Low S. James has not given anything that tells me it's
Fine.
not an S tier right
Give
now.
it- give it
James
an
is
S.
not.
It's no,
Penne's
because
been
it's just not as good as Penne, and somehow Penne is the second best in A. I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
You mean Fusilli?
Oh, Fusilli.
You mean
sorry,
Fusilli?
Yeah.
You don't even know what you're
Sorry,
arguing for.
I'm thinking of Penne because I'm so angry.
There's nothing wrong with Penne
I-
going in the S tier, right?
I think
there is.
I think that's a happy conclusion. I think
James
I think,
is
I think
so
all the parties
upset.
are satisfied.
Our first and last podcast.
Right. Tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle.
Banger.
C.
Bang.
Banger, you're saying?
What?
No, that's an A or and maybe an S.
I was just gonna say
The
it's
fucking
like,
C for Tagliatelle. You backed this man for Penne.
I regret that
Back to
now.
this man. This is your
No.
boy. Come collect your man's.
It's
It's good, but it's not. I don't know. It's not special, you know. It's good though. You can't go wrong with it.
it's amazing. It's
Yeah. Tagliatelle
and he's got
slaps.
nothing else to say other than wow.
it's
What a
it's
pasta.
probably my probably favorite or second favorite maybe.
You reckon?
I think yeah,
I'm
it's just solid.
Yeah, I think it's an absolute cracker. If you're making a carbonara, for me, Tagliatelle
Oh
is
wait,
It's
yeah,
gotta be
no,
Tagliatelle.
true.
That is the
true.
one-
Because it's got
pasta you make it
thickness, but it's
Valid
got
point.
thickness.
the wobble of spaghetti. Of spaghetti.
Let's not forget about the spaghetti.
Do not
It's
forget
got
the
the wobble. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, fair enough. fair enough, fair
Tagliatelle
enough.
for me is maybe above whatever weird one you put in A. I think.
What? Kata block that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you
Alright.
attempted that.
You backed it and you
And then
can't even
just-
say it.
Solid.
I can't pronounce it.
Charlie, do you agree?
Aye, aye.
Disagree?
Sure, yeah.
No, it's
I've had
good.
to be fair, I have had some banging carbonaras
Beautiful.
with Tagliatelle, so yeah, fair enough.
Right, gnocchi. Gnocchi.
Oh, I love gnocchi.
Gnocchis? Yeah.
E.
Ooh.
Not a fan.
I'm not
fan.
gonna back it. I'm not gonna back it to the moon because I don't think it's a B or an A or maybe a B. Low B.
I
But it's good. It is good.
honestly, this is looking like the first C for us. No, that's not. But I mean, I'm not a fan at all. I don't think it's very good.
I quite like it. I like it quite a lot,
I
especially with like mushroom sauce and stuff like that. It's amazing.
You know what we could do?
I had some banging knockers.
We could put it in low B for now. If we don't come out with a C at all, put it in C.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. That'd be the ball.
Yeah. It's like high C, low B. I'd say it's fine.
Because it's quite unique as well, I think. It's difficult to... Well,
it is different.
I haven't had a plethora of fucking gnocchis, but it's a bit like lasagna.
That's your
where
book
it's got
title.
One, it's got like one purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think B is a fair evaluation. I'm not a fan, but I can see why people would.
I reckon. Yeah. No, I reckon stick it in C because I wouldn't put it on the same tier as the other two we have in B.
That's a good point.
Especially
I wouldn't put it on the
not
same
macaroni.
tier as.
I wouldn't put it on the same. So I'd say C. I'd say put it in our first C. I reckon.
There we go. C.
Well debated, boys. And my internet's alive. Hello, I'm back.
Jolly good.
And
sorry.
That
living
was the
in
only
the
thing
Great
we were
North
waiting
has its
for
downfall.
in that cut.
Yeah, nothing else.
Yeah.
Nobody did anything else during that.
If you do it right, no one notices that. Okay, next one.
I went to the toilet.
Clean transition.
Clean. Clean. Right. Spaghetti.
S.
Yeah.
A classic. S. I'd agree with S.
That is my second guaranteed.
I'd back S.
Yeah, sure. Fan favourite, innit?
No, Charlie.
No, come on.
Yeah,
come
sure.
on. Come on. Talk bad about spaghetti.
When you think pasta, what do you think of if not spaghetti?
I almost feel like it's the builder's tea of pasta, where it's like you can't go wrong with it,
means.
But it's not fantastic. You know what I mean? James is shocked
Blasphemy
at the accusation.
I'm not shocked.
The audacity
Italy
of this
is
man.
shocked.
Italy.
The world is shocked.
It's not. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's good. It's really good.
I don't think you are saying it's really good.
I just don't.
I think you're saying it's whatever.
I would rather have
meh.
tortellini or fusilli or tagliatelle or whatever that other one is we haven't ate here than spaghetti. I think spaghetti's a solid B. I like it. It's good, but
think it's a B?
Yeah, I think it's B, man.
You think it's macaroni level?
Andy, can you scroll up quickly?
It's way better than macaroni.
We've got penne in S, and you're saying spaghetti is an S. You're saying spaghetti is worse than penne.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
I feel we've got to overrule you or something.
So bang the gavel and just overrule it. Really though? This might come from the fact that I had so much, like I had a lot of spaghetti, like growing up. That was the main pasta I ate. So it's like,
did you like it?
Yeah, I'm bored. I'm like bored of it now. Though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like.
But you had it. So this is a man whose this pasta literally defined his childhood, and he's not putting it in S.
We're not talking about
even, and you suggested putting it in B.
That either speaks a lot about your childhood or the pasta.
All I want you to do right now, Charlie, is I want you to look into the camera and say spaghetti is only one tier better than gnocchi. Because that's what you're saying. And that's not true.
Jesus.
Can we not convince?
Also,
what are you saying, Charles?
Didn't we just say earlier that tagliatelle, which is in A tier, is just not as good spaghetti?
Yeah, that's what I
imagine.
Yeah, that's how I would describe.
I said the opposite.
Describe that as not.
I would say it's a slightly better spaghetti. That's what I'd say.
I'd say it's a different spaghetti. It
does what spaghetti does, but slightly better.
Okay, so shall we put it at the top of A? But if we get to the end of this and somehow in hell we have cumulatively agreed that penne is the best pasta, swear to God I'm going to come to your houses.
An engine.
It's a long ass flight to my house, mate. Good luck with that.
I don't care.
I mean, if you consider where we've put gnocchi, yeah, I kind of agree. I kind of feel like, I I don't know.
So wait, is this more of a reflection on gnocchi then, not
In
on
terms of,
spaghetti?
in terms of with the perspective of where we've put it on the list, yeah. I don't know.
Well, take the list out of it, just in your head.
You guys are thinking strong S, but I
I think
don't
it's
know.
the best pasta.
It's an undeniable S. At
You're
worst,
saying undeniable.
you could argue it is an undeniable S.
It is.
At worst, you could argue it's straight, like it's the classic. It's the worst argument, and that is only the argument because it's so universal and good. It's simple.
When you think of a meat sauce and pasta dish,
This is where I think
Pasta.
this
You
is
think
where I
of
think
spaghetti
pasta.
bolognese.
This is where I think the tier list
Spaghetti.
gets a bit tricky, right? Because
one of you is wrong.
My
So-
initial.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I never thought out of all the hot food takes I've seen, I didn't think I would have one, and here I am.
You do.
I've become the villain.
Mental.
No, but like, I see. This is but this is where tier list gets problematic because my initial thought for spaghetti is big, but then I would say it is above macaroni though. Like, I don't know.
But we decided,
It's also
do we
above
want to alter our
everything
choice on
else.
macaroni? yeah, it's above everything.
It's just-
So if we're going by the system of compromise, as we've done for the rest, we have to put in an A, I
it's a top
guess.
tier.
put it in A, and we'll do a reshuffle at the end and see what we think. Because I do, yeah.
I just want to let you know that you've let the team down there, John.
We were all
No,
counting
no,
on
no.
you.
No.
No, get it up to the
So-
top
It's
of A.
because I've had stuff like if you have,
I'm trying to get over it.
Oh,
I don't know. I've had things with spaghetti, which I've had with other pastas afterwards, and thought this is way better. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Charlie, don't get it twisted. We're not saying that spaghetti is the god pasta.
I am.
Wherein, okay, well,
James, that's exactly what James is saying.
Hit it
I'm
on the
not
head there,
saying.
Andy.
Yeah, it's immortal. No, I'm not saying spaghetti is untouchable. I'm not saying that other pastas wouldn't be better for certain scenarios. I just think, in general, spaghetti is the best. Because
So it's the god pass.
We'll have a think about it. We'll think about it. Man.
no, it's not the god pasta. Because that's like me saying, I don't know, Messi is the best football player, full stop.
Yeah, no,
But
would be
he's
a
not.
correct comment.
But he's not, because if he played Messi in goal, he'd be shit.
Oh no, but now you're talking
It
about the best
depends.
all-round football player. You're not talking about the
Yeah,
best.
that's what
This is
he
what I'm-
means.
this-
That's what
This is what I'm
talking
talking about.
That's
That's
what he
the
means.
point I'm making.
Okay. But I think,
Spaghetti is-
but again, a
Yeah.
tangent. I think the statement "Messi is the best football player ever," full stop, is a correct statement.
It's a
Think we're
correct
going-
statement,
we're going on a
just
tangent
as
here,
the
fellas.
state.
Yeah.
But it's all semantics, but it's important. But also, like the statement, at least in my point of view, spaghetti is the best pasta ever.
Okay.
I think it is probably the best, if not joint best, or it's definitely in the top tier.
Yeah, I'd agree. But we have to compromise because unfortunately Charlie's here, and
Democracy sucks.
we've got to go with top of A
Okay.
for now.
All right. Okay. So we've agreed. Well, we haven't agreed, but we've decided that it's top of A.
We've
All right.
come to a decision.
And its very differently shaped cousin, rigatoni. Thoughts? I'm a big fan of rigatoni.
You know what? Can't remember
I'd
the
give
last
it-
time I had it.
It's one of those. Again, it's up there with conchiglia, if you pronounce that, where kind of you only really get it if you're buying fancy pasta, or you go to a restaurant and they want to be fancy. But I'd give it a B.
Need to make
Or-
bigger.
I'd probably give it a B. Yeah.
I think
I'd say
I
that.
think it's not on the level of
Yeah.
tagliatelle and fusilli or spaghetti, which is S tier, but we've moved on from that. But I think it's B, solid B. Any-
I'd maybe go C, but I can
C?
I can agree on bottom tier B.
Yeah, I think it's probably bottom B.
Yeah, sure.
I'd say yeah.
I can go with
I'd say it's better than gnocchi.
Yeah.
but not by loads. All right, Farfalli or
Farfal.
Yeah, Farfal. Jefferson Farfal.
Yeah.
This lad is a bit like Charlie saying earlier. That in his youth,
youth,
probably bored of it. I'm
Yeah.
the same with it.
I did have a lot of that as well. Of course, I just called it bow tie pasta.
Didn't everyone?
So, yeah. I didn't know it was called that until I just read that.
Hence the perfect pronunciation.
A Farfal there.
So where are you guys putting it? Where do you think?
Difficult.
I think for me, it's either the lowest of A or the highest of B.
Ooh, that's higher than I would have got.
Really?
What did you got?
Yeah.
I think it's.
What you saying,
but then
Charlie?
again,
An S, man.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh yeah,
It's
That
like
is
S,
better
it's like
than
S.
spaghetti.
you guys using the same. Hang on. So your argument, right, for me not being allowed to put spaghetti a bit lower was that it defined my childhood. You two both said this one defined your childhood, and you're like,
No.
it's like a low B. Fuck
No,
off.
that's fine. That's absolutely fine.
That is fine. Yeah, you are correct in that statement.
Fucking damn right.
But
No, Farfal's good, man. I love that shit.
It's good, but sorry, did you want to make a point, James?
no, not really. I'm just considering this.
The only point I would like to make, because don't get me wrong, I love bow tie pasta, as it is officially called. I love bow tie pasta. I think it's good. Although, if I'm looking at this from a purely ranking point of view, it has its limitations. Like, it doesn't have the diversity that something like fusilli provides, wherein sauce can go in it very well. I mean, sauce can kind of get
Dude,
Like-
it does.
But
There's
it
the
gets on
indents.
it.
There's the
Doesn't it?
indents. There's the indents. If you're scooping that
Yeah,
shit
but
up with a spoon, it gets called
the-
the indents and stuff. It's awesome.
but only in limited amounts. Whereas something like a penne, obviously, that could be full of sauce. I don't know. I think it, visually speaking, it's probably one of the best
delightful.
just visually. I'd say it's S tier visually. If
we're going visually, then conchiglia or whatever it's called goes up top as well, because that's a stunning
Yeah.
pasta.
But
It's a
I
real
suppose
sexy
another thing for
looking
me,
It's got all those holes right in the right places.
I think one good point of have a bow tie is that it's still like usually a cheaper one, but it feels slightly fancier,
Yeah, it does.
even though it's not. But it just feels like it is.
I'm not letting you push it up a ranking because of that.
No, I'm just merely arguing the point. Yeah,
Because it feels fancier because it's in the shape of a bow tie.
I mean, it's partly appearances, you know.
I don't think I've ever gone to like a posh restaurant and got farfal, but I wish.
No,
I
that's because
had.
it's not actually fancy.
I wish I had.
I will happily put this at the bottom of A.
Bottom of A.
Okay. Yeah, but
I
then
could
again,
settle for that.
What's that guy?
if Charlie thinks it's an S, then I'm happy to put it above Tagliatelle and whatever the wiggly one that you said was.
What? I mean, fusilli.
How dare you say it's going above you, silly you animal?
You dog. I think it's P.
Meet
So,
in the
I
middle
think-
at where I was saying then, because then that's dead center of
Yeah, I
S,
reckon
B.
do
So
that.
so
I
Charlie
reckon
was
do that.
S, right?
Yeah,
Charlie
yeah,
was S.
So wait, where is it going? Is going here?
yeah, man. Let's stick it there.
Wow.
Maybe just slightly the letter be silly as well.
That's a whole other different argument.
The mere suggestion.
Now we're down to the penultimate pasta.
Ooh, that's good.
I'd like to take this moment to just reflect on our choices so far.
No, because we're just going to get more angry.
That's a good point. Linguine.
Banger.
I'm
Absolute
gonna go ahead and
banger.
say D. It's only a D, love.
Oh my God.
Linguine is
I'm gonna
just
let you two duke
worse
this one
spaghetti.
out. I'm letting you duke it out because I'm.
Andy,
Linguine is the bastard child
Andy, do
of
you like
spaghetti
seafood?
and tagliatelle.
Andy, do you like seafood?
I hate seafood.
Well, that's why you don't like linguine then, because every seafood pasta is with the linguine.
Linguine is just different tagliatelle.
They're all just different things of each other, aren't they? Macaroni, if
it's
you elongate
aggressively
it,
similar.
becomes the bastard son of the bottom two, and then if you curl it a little bit to the top one, you chop it in half, it's macaroni. You twist that a little bit, it's fusilli. You stretch that out, it's fucking spaghetti. Make it fatter, it's tagliatelle.
James, we'll be here all day if we start getting down that rabbit
if you're
hole.
gonna fucking be an idiot.
I think it's D.
So
D or C?
stupid. Charlie telling me he's an idiot.
I think it's on the level of lasagna.
If you agree with him, I swear to God.
You know what? I'd venture to say that angel hair is better, and I've not even had angel hair.
Michael Jackson's kid is better than.
Said something so controversial yet so brave.
It's awful. It's awful. Charlie, please speak.
Well, I'm obviously a
What's
massive.
your opinion?
Do you
I'm
really want to know?
staunch.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, are you backing me?
It's worse than tagliatelle, I would say.
I'm absolutely
agreed.
fine with that.
Minimum worse than tagliatelle. I would not put it higher than a B. I feel like we need to knock you down to like D tier.
Yeah.
Because I feel like macaroni needs to go in C with rigatoni, and then I kind of want linguine in B. But I don't know.
I'm
if it's
happy
I would
if it
still
goes at the
say
top
it's
of B.
better than macaroni and rigatoni. I would say.
Yeah, and I think that you use
I think you're mad.
tagliatelle. You use tagliatelle for tagliatelle is the linguine that you use for not seafood. Seafood is all.
I don't
And
even like.
because you don't like seafood, you won't like linguine because that's what they use it for.
That's true.
I don't know. I think.
I'm not saying I'm unbiased. I'm just saying I don't like it. I think it's not.
Are we gonna have to
Fine,
put it
it's
in
whatever.
C tier? We might have to put it in C
We're
tier.
not putting linguine in C tier. Sorry, I will die on that hill.
What are we putting it in then? The bottom of B.
low B.
But
We have to because you're saying it's elite and Andy's saying
Fucking
it's D tier.
Fine.
You gotta go
Yeah.
democratic,
Yeah,
man.
sure.
Low B.
Linguine shit, isn't it? Put it in fucking B.
All right. I got the blood pumping that one.
Yeah.
And the last one is was ravioli.
Shit,
So
tortellini.
This was my take. This was going to be my hot take. I would rather have a ravioli than a tortellini.
You fucking liar.
Interesting.
No
Why?
way.
Yeah. So that's my hot take that you can attack me for. You know what? I don't know.
I think
I don't
B.
have a reason. I just
B or
always
A.
prefer
I
it.
think.
I've had ravioli where like the water. I don't know. It's like the I want to say bad, but it's not the right word. The bit where all the filling is, it's like broken
You know, the
open,
pasta.
and like stuff just leaks everywhere, and it's just like, oh, I don't like this. It's like worse. Whereas I haven't had that with tortellini.
That's true.
I think tortellini
I'd
is
say-
more pasty on ravioli, saucy. That may be
It's a
right.
bit saucy, is it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's literally more packed full of it, whereas there's like lots of just
it's
the
like it's
pasta
more
itself.
compact. Tortellini's more compact.
I'm
like-
happy for tortellini to be above ravioli if you both agree.
Yeah, I think so. I've definitely had some really good ravioli, but I've had some really shit ravioli as well, which is why I'm like reluctant to put it too
Yeah.
high.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think ravioli goes to the bottom of A in my opinion. I think it's the worst of the A tier.
Or maybe the best in D,
Yeah.
and then we can
Like it's
then we can
I'd
put
say
more
best
things
in
in
B.
C and D.
I'd say
best in B. Alright, let's do it. Done. Alright, lads.
Right now,
Okay.
We have
Here comes the
compiled
review.
we can shuffle things, and then I reckon we each get to move one.
And then
either
next
up
episode
one,
we're doing a
either
taste
up
test
one.
of all the pasta.
And then we either get to move one up one or down one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we get to do this to one pasta of our
Only
choice?
one pasta of our choice, up one or down one. but we'll
And should
shuffle
we
them
say-
around agreeably now.
That doesn't make any. No. Let's discuss it like adults. We don't want to just be
Yeah,
like
we'll
this
discuss
one
it.
goes
Okay,
to-
you
But
get
then-
to pick one to reconsider.
First off,
You get a
I
veto
think,
for one.
I think gnocchi needs to get bumped down one because I want to bump macaroni and rigatoni into C. But I still think it's
I'd go as
slightly
far
better
as
than gnocchi.
yeah. I think gnocchi is I think gnocchi's D. I think gnocchi's along with lasagna. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Did you agree on that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Right, that was it.
James,
That was
Andy, you've
that's
switched
easy
it.
not how you do that, mate. Actually,
switched
I did
it.
it wrong.
You got to pick it up.
I was,
There you go,
I was
bud.
being really confident there as well. Didn't
All
lie.
right.
What else? What's the next one? Anything else?
and it was
Obviously, I'm just going to go ahead and
macaroni
say
and
it.
rigatoni.
Spaghetti back to S tier.
yeah, spaghetti's in S tier.
Spaghetti's S tier. Charlie.
Macaroni and rigatoni, I think, should be in C tier.
I agree.
Wait. So are we addressing? Are we going to do it one at a time?
I think
Spaghetti-
let's fill C tier because then we're happy with everything below C.
Yeah,
Okay.
Let's
All
just
right.
go
So
up.
what is what?
Macaroni
C
best
tier?
in C.
macaroni and rigatoni. Because I think,
I think any American on this disagree with us heavily.
Yeah, but like the mac and cheese that they have in America is like that weird fucking
It's not the
American
same.
cheese where it's
Yeah.
like this plastic
True.
shit. It's
It's
I
like,
don't like it.
powder.
Yeah, and it's I've had like the mac and cheese things you can get, and I haven't really liked them. It's just I don't know. Something about American cheese is a bit weird, and the American style of cheese is a bit odd. I don't like it that much.
Not proper cheddar.
Not proper. Anything else that we feel should be moved about?
I don't reckon your weird big wiggly thing should be an A.
You want to drop it
Also,
down
the
to
pasta.
What, this?
Also, the pasta shouldn't be there. But
I'd concede that. Yeah, I think I'd happily make that.
because I wouldn't say that it's better than ravioli. But if it's happy to go top of B,
I'll put it behind ravioli.
I do realise I have made a form of macaroni cheese myself, and it only has just occurred to me I didn't use macaroni. I used that one, the one that we don't know the name of. I used that, and it was absolutely banging. So I don't.
Cavatappi.
So I
If it
don't want to
stays in
drop
A
that
because
one
of that,
too
then.
far. It can stay
What's
in low
bottom A
A.
at the moment?
It can stay bottom A or top B, but it is good. I will say that.
Okay.
I would say
I'm
it's
happy
better
with
than
that.
macaroni.
Happy with that staying A if you think so. Then.
Yeah, we'll do
I think
bottom
so.
of A. And that's
Right, I would like to raise a case and both to reconsider your opinions. Silly. I'm just kidding. I'm not.
What's
but I
your
think
what's
it
your
should
cake?
I was gonna bite. I was gonna
bite. I was
was
open. I was open to listening.
Oh right, okay.
because I mean, whilst I don't think spaghetti should be in just A, I think like fusilli's good. For me, if I were doing it like top 3, it would probably be spaghetti, penne, and fusilli. Probably they're the basic ones, but they're universal for a reason. They get
If
the job
we're
done.
shifting spaghetti up, I want to shift up farfalle as well. Because
That's not S tier. I won't concede that.
That's
No.
not, I'm not
Have
buying
you-
for that
mate,
either.
farfalle
They're
with
both
like
threw it out then.
farfalle
Yeah.
with a
We weren't
gorgonzola
biting.
cheese sauce is amazing. And I will
Hey,
not
That
hey,
sounds
shift on that.
delicious,
Don't get
but
us
I
wrong.
think you could replace that with any pasta in it.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. We're not saying that.
You probably could.
Farfalle's
You
bad.
said that pasta tastes the same, James. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, actually. Guess I am.
So we're keeping it all the same then. There, pretty much.
Come on, we can't come to the conclusion that penne is the best pasta. Is that actually the
I guess
conclusion we've come to?
It doesn't. I mean, I
It's-
kind of agree. It doesn't feel right, does it?
Because what did we?
But it
Okay,
is
hang
so
on.
good.
What
It
did
is
we
really
have?
good though.
Okay, what were the opinions of penne? You both said S, yeah?
I
Yeah.
said S or like very high A.
Okay,
I
I
say
said
S,
like
yeah,
I said
sure.
like B or something for it. I said B
Right,
or
yeah.
A. What did we
Yeah.
say for spaghetti? Because we had 2 definite god tier S's and a.
S.
Like, I was saying B. So I guess we're in the
Okay.
same boat with that
So
one.
if we've
Penne
got
and
2 god tier
spaghetti's got-
S's and a B, and we've got a
Yeah.
S best ever, A, S, and B. maybe they are
Yeah.
dead equal. Maybe they've won on goal.
Maybe.
Maybe one of them.
What you mean?
Maybe Penne pips it on goal difference, but
Yeah.
on points there.
I actually, whilst that was a bit convoluted, I do completely agree with what you just said. Actually, I think that's, I think it's spot on.
Yeah, you know
Because
what? All things considered, yeah, I'll concede that.
Because I think then
I'll
we've
put
got
spaghetti up and S with Penne.
because then we've still got Penne is agreeably the best. I fucking hate. But we've also got spaghetti is
Why?
reliably
It's
in S.
fucking good, dude.
No,
it's
it is,
really
but
good.
it is. It is nice.
Okay, and so we've
James
finished.
is
I
so
think have we now
upset.
finished the
My,
finished
my
the council
heat,
session.
my seat is hot.
I think we have, but James is incredibly upset with the final conclusion.
I just can't believe
So-
we've done that. We're all 7 years old.
So this is our final.
No, we're bumping
final
Spag
standings.
up, so it's in
Yeah, we're
S
back-
tier, but
bumping
we're just
Spag
saying
up.
that it's worse than Penne.
So there.
Ah,
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
Do
Honestly.
we want to go through and have one veto each that we can move something up or down?
Right, put
What do
Facility
you
up
wanna
an
use?
S because that's what James is going to do.
Do we want to leave it?
No,
I'm
because
happy
I
leaving
think
that.
I'm happy with that, to be fair. And if you've got one that you particularly want to move, but
To be honest, the only thing I would maybe move is maybe rigatoni up to B, but I'm not that passionate about it. I'm fine either way. I think that's.
put it
I
put
think
it in
that's a
front of
good
macaroni.
list. Yeah, I do that. I think Nope. Yeah.
I can't.
I can't. Never mind. I think that's. It's a
I'm-
shame that none of us had any experience with any of these, really.
I
that
had
is-
experience with the last one, and it wasn't that great. But the other ones are probably going to be good. I
Maybe
would
for
say.
our anniversary, we come back and we
Revisit the pasta tier.
and we revisit our list and see what we may have done terribly wrong or terribly right.
I think though. I think that's a good list. So
Right, yeah.
S tier, penne, spaghetti.
Make
The
some
big two.
noise.
That's the Messi and Ronaldo of the pasta world. Is
Yeah,
penne and
yeah.
spaghetti.
I mean,
I'd agree with that. I think that's fair.
I agree with that. I think that's different. Both very different, but very good at what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about that storm in Tonga?
What?
Mad. It wasn't
Or
also
was
it
it a
wasn't a storm.
volcano?
It was a volcanic eruption that then created like
Yeah,
a 12-foot
forgot.
tsunami.
That was
hit the
first
coast.
off. That was one of the biggest fucking tangents I've ever
was
heard
mad,
in my
that was.
life. That was a huge tangent. Holy shit!
That wasn't a segue. That was a fucking road bike.
I feel like that is something we should talk about at some point. I don't know if now is the right time.
Well,
But no, I just wanted to think of it.
We can jibber jabber about it now and then have a little
I-
close.
And just wanted to throw.
I
that
just wanted a
curveball in
humorous
at the end.
transition.
That was mad though. That was
But,
crazy. What was it? Like a 4.7 on the Richter scale or something as well?
It's one of those underwater volcanoes.
Yeah.
But it
Which
And
is
it's
don't
knocked out
scary.
pretty much all the power there as well. I
Yeah.
think. 'Cause we're definitely
A
on the
lot of
internet
that.
access and like phones and stuff.
some of the
That's one of
satellite
those things
photos of
where-
it were-
Yeah, like of the eruption, like the
Hmm.
city or the village, or whatever. Like that's one of the underwater volcanoes. That's one of those things where, like, if I'm ever in a situation where I'm interacting with like a child for a long period of time, I'll just tell them that those are everywhere. So they're like,
I don't know
they're
where
like
you're
on a
going with
trip
this,
in
Andy.
London. No, just like you know how like you can like lie to kids and they'll believe you.
Why did you say? Why
What
did
have you
you
been
just say
lying to kids about?
if I ever have to talk to like a child or something? Why did you say interacting? That was so.
I don't
Makes it
know.
sound weird.
Like like you're in London.
If
the
I ever
kids, like,
cross
look at the
paths
Thames.
with a child,
with a,
If I ever
with a
happen
ute,
to
if you
bond.
will. Then you could be like, hey, did you know that under that water there's actually a volcano? And it erupts every and then you make up some random number. And you go, come to think of it, the last time it erupted was, and then you tell them it's going to erupt in the next few years. And then you just leave them with that. And because they're only 4, they can't question you because you're an adult.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
that's
use
just
Bing
something I
yet
like to
either.
do.
So.
Yeah, they can't
Can't ask Jeeves.
ask Jeeves anything. R.I.P. Ask Jeeves. by the way.
R.I.P.
Is it dead? Oh, is it still
Oh
going?
yeah, it's gone.
Jeeves has
Oh,
been
yeah,
dead
it's
for a
gone.
long time,
It's
mate.
been down for ages, bro.
I haven't asked the fella any questions in a while.
Poor
Big
Jeeves.
shame.
Poor
Big
But
shame.
no, Jeeves has been gone a while.
Big shame. Right, well,
Big sad.
I think that's a wonderful place to end it with lying to
What place to end
children,
it?
Penne being the best pasta that has
So I
ever
think
lived,
I think
and
think that is a
Congo
good
birthing
example.
a kaiju.
I think it's a good example of how many tangents any episode
is,
could
yeah.
go on, because that was we stayed pretty well on one subject there, and then we just had the biggest fucking right turn
Oh,
I've ever
yeah.
seen in my life.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was
that's what we're good
the
at.
pasta tier list.
Yeah. Well, thank you
Yeah.
very much, boys, for joining.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I don't
Charlie,
think
for
we
waking
ever.
up nice and early. Thank
Yep,
you, Andy,
you're
for going
welcome,
to bed nice and late.
Thank you.
Jeez. And, well, we'll have a chat soon.
You're there, I guess.
See everyone later.
Do another one another time.
Au revoir.
Thanks for watching.
Sandwich.
Bye.
Bing bong!